Warning. Hashtag DDP Live is for an adult audience. Hashtag DDP Live may contain material that may be unsuitable for sensitive ears. If you are easily offended, run to your panic room now. Listener discretion is highly advised.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are tonight's entertainment.
It is the hashtag DDP Live here in the Longbox.fm studios, brought to you, of course, and as always, by Riley's Brewing.
Thanks, Riley.
Whoa, you disappeared. Say that again.
I said thanks, Riley.
Sure, that's going to thing that works tonight.
I said woo. Did you catch that?
I got that. We got Cody on a mic. We got IP4 working on sound there for you, Anthony, so we'll go ahead and just pop into the show the way it's supposed to be. You guys can hit us up tonight as we do tonight's special show. We're doing comedy night here in the hashtag DDP Live. First time ever doing a full-on open mic. We're going to do the stage, everything, the lighting, and get some laughs in here. And we got 4 awesome comics. We'll introduce them here in a little bit. You can be a part of the show, though, the before and after by calling in 492-0450 or hitting us up on the Skype, Longbox FM. And, of course, YouTube, Facebook Live. We're all monitoring everything happening there. We are the big sky in the eye and making sure that we own everything about you. Yes. Grab the other mic. We'll just try that. Okay, so as we do the show here tonight, you can hit us up with anything, the hashtag DDP Live. I'm sorry, we're doing all this last minute, like put it all together. Make more noise. Make more noise.
I'm trying.
There you go.
There we go.
There's some
Am I
noise.
finally? All right, good.
I think
Finally, something that works.
Kenneth screamed somewhere and broke that other mic right now. That's what
Probably.
happened. So we got another big show coming up. We got the Friday the 13th going down with Corey Feldman, which we'll be getting to interview Corey Feldman and the Angels here on the show. And, of course, I'll be hosting it, and that's all going down Fulton 55 October 13th. I'm sure there's going to be some ticket giveaways coming up, but until then, we're just going to tease you with it.
We're teasing. Just the tip.
You're easy pickings there, isn't it? Look at you trying to be comedy. Let's
yeah.
well, actually, last week we talked about the big comedy show, The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, going down Fulton 55, and I got to host.
And how'd you do?
I busted my cherry, and
Busted?
I'll tell you, man. The comedy is not easy, not at all, not in any way. I thought I had this handled. I get up on a stage, I can do crowd work. I've been up there many times.
Yeah.
Right before I walked up, I had a heart rate of 128 beats per minute.
Ugh.
I was visibly shaking. I did 5 minutes of material in all of about 17 seconds and got the hell off the stage, going, "What the fuck just happened, man?" So I dumped all the pre-written material, and I just went up and winged it the rest of the way, and it ended up being fine after that. But, dude, for all the comics in the room that do open mics or competitions, Tony, dude, all the props to you. You guys got some balls.
The true American heroes.
That is not a world for me. I will stay off of that stage now. Let's go into what we have this week, things we learned.
Now, it's time to showcase what we have learned in the last week.
Oh, man. With all this hurricane talk, all this stuff, I've went and actually did some research I did the Googles, and I found out why they actually named the hurricanes. They name the hurricanes just with single syllable names generally, because if you it's easier to remember a name than it is a number.
Hurricane 132.
Yeah, it's all like, oh, I love Hurricane 132, but 104.
That was a bad number.
Devastated Texas, Oh, is that too soon? Or we can't talk about that?
No, not on this show, man. Anything's up for grabs. I'll tell you something that I learned this week. Actually, I just learned it today as I was going through my videos on YouTube. Now, my favorite hashtag, hashtag FUtube, who's
of course
been a thorn in my side for years now. I noticed that I'm not getting any kind of advertising or ad-based pay like I ever do because a certain video is not eligible, and it was last week's show. So it said that it's not content that's eligible for advertising, and I decided to look up, well, what makes a show not something to be advertised on? I mean, Riley's advertises with us.
Yeah, their beer's amazing.
Well, it's apparently on YouTube, you will be limited if you talk about controversial issues and sensitive events, drugs and dangerous products or substances, harmful or dangerous acts, hateful content, inappropriate language, inappropriate use of family entertainment characters. And so what does that mean? Like, are we touching
all the
Mickey?
checks?
Inappropriate use, incendiary and demeaning, sexually suggestive content, violence. We've got all but like one or two of those. So hashtag DDP Live is
I think they wrote those guidelines after watching your show.
Yeah, there was just some intern listening going, yeah, we're just going to type that one down.
I don't like this, I don't like that.
Yeah, so F YouTube. Around the room, our comics here tonight. Let's go with Nick Zapaglia, somebody who was a part of our Festivus Festival, the last one we did in 2016. You are very rapey with your jokes. How are you doing tonight?
Oh, wow.
I'm doing pretty good. I get that a lot.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, all the time. It's a lifestyle. You know?
Just going right into it, right into the rape, huh?
I mean, that's not how I start, but
I mean, okay.
Just this mustache alone, like I get it. Like people look at me and just they don't want any part of me.
You look like you should be on a new HBO show. Do you have something that you learned in the last week?
The last week, I learned that college is really expensive when you have to pay for it yourself.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah. For the first time in my college career, I had to pay for like a tuition a semester.
How did you get by before?
Financial aid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Financial aid FAFSA messed up some paperwork and kind of dicked me around this semester, so I had to pay like half of my tuition. And it's still expensive.
I read something on FAFSA today, and I remember going through this when I first started going to college, that it penalizes you based on what your parents make, even though they may not be supporting you going to college.
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't start going to college until I was 24 once I was declared independent. So that's why it's been free like this whole time.
Was that for smart financial reasons, or did you do that because you just wanted to be older and wiser and have a better chance with the chicks?
No, I went to college for a year and did the college scene like right out of high school, and then I stopped going once the financial aid checks would come in the mail, and and then that kind of fucked me over, and I decided I worked full time and lived for a while and lived life and realized life sucks, and especially if you don't have your fucking degree, it's a lot harder to do things like that you would like to do. So I just went back to school because it's the standard in society these days is the bachelor's. It's no longer the high school diploma. Like, if you want to like get a mid-level job, like you need a bachelor's at bare minimum.
Yeah.
Okay, well, or have just white privilege.
That's with white privilege.
We're adding on top.
Oh man,
I can't keep these cards straight.
I know what I look.
Standards are lowering every day, man.
Let's go to someone who's the king of causing controversy on the Facebook. Joseph R. Simon, the man who authored and initiated a 500+ comment string about the whole inner workings of comedy and all the people you're not supposed to play with. Apparently, how are you doing tonight, Joseph?
I'm doing fine, but this microphone is hiding my face.
Well,
it's working.
It's working, right?
It's censorship. Did you learn anything in the last week?
I learned that I could piss off another person.
Woohoo!
I can't say his name, but
Perfect.
I already got blocked last night by another person for saying that the headliner came on the show without mentioning a name, and they read off their notes starting within 3 minutes of opening their set.
So you're working on not doing comedy anywhere in the Central Valley, right? Is that the goal?
I'm working on bigger things.
Dream big, Joe. Dream big.
All right. The other comic we have, the third one here tonight, Miss Dana Turner. How are you doing?
I'm great.
You look like you're enjoying yourself here.
I'm all wedged in here. I've got a lot of ass squeezed in a little folding chair. It's a good thing we're sitting down.
We spent the money on the mics, not the chairs.
Yeah.
Did you learn anything this week?
Kangaroos have 3 vaginas.
What?
Yes.
What?
Kangaroos have 3 vaginas and 2 uteruses. Just
What?
one. You just pick a hole. There is no 2 in the pink and 1 in the stink. It's
There's
all pink.
3 in the pink.
It's all pink.
Oh,
And
it's all pink.
And they go, so you have the three, picture this. You have 3 chambers that then narrow down into one chamber that the spermies can swim and pick a uterus. But one of the uterus is going to already have a little fetus in there waiting to hang out until the first one pops off mama kangaroo's nipple inside her pouch and crawls out. Once the nipple is clean and good to go, the other little fetus crawls out, latches on, boom, egg and sperm make kangaroo baby back up in uterus number 2.
What?
Isn't that
Whoa.
amazing?
Knowledge bomb dropped on us right now.
Wait, so
Steve
so there's
Irwin just
technically
like,
twins?
oh, no!
I think that there's like always a
Yeah.
like a kangaroo fetus on deck.
Yeah.
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 Oh shit! So
Yeah.
kangaroos are constantly like unfertilely pregnant.
I took a
Yeah,
long
so
way
they're
to
like
say that.
they're like
but
Italians or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Irish twins.
You can't hit like pregnant women, but people are like boxing kangaroos all the time. So what if they're like boxing like a female kangaroo? Like you can't hit a pregnant bitch.
Okay, now that information only helps for fraternity people in Australia.
Well, I did my job then. Oh, that went Australian to
Yeah,
British
it's-
real quick. I went to Australia.
Well, they're all kind of the same cousins, so.
Yeah.
Lastly, around the table here, old co-host from the old show. Nice to finally see you again, Mr. Tony Lay. How are you doing?
Doing good, man. How you doing?
I'm a little less happier than I want to be that you're here. There's no bow tie.
Oh yeah, I was too tired. It's too hot, and I just wanted to try on my new T-shirt. So
Okay. Oh, you got a custom shirt. Well, we're gonna have to get.
So in a way, he still brought a bow tie.
Did you learn anything this week?
yeah, I just learned that Anthony doesn't know how to count syllables because Harvey and Irma both have 2.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I guess I'm right. Or 2 syllables. I guess you're right, yeah.
I was
Yeah.
thinking Katrina.
Damn.
Just learned that one. So
Damn.
yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah.
Well, Anthony, you did do your research. You listened to a lot of the old shows.
Yeah.
So you know that how he's a pompous ass, and he'll call you out on anything, spelling, punctuation, whatever.
Yeah, I know we're in an age we're supposed to be punching Nazis. I don't know about grammar Nazis just yet.
Oh no, that wasn't grammar. I'll correct your grammar later. That's fine. I'm merely dealing with your math skills first.
Oh man.
We did have a caller. I'm sorry, we're in the middle of the opening segment. You can try back when we come back here. We're going to be doing the clam bake as we get the show rolling along. We are doing tonight the clam bake. Of course, we are going to be learning in our fun game tonight the DJ voice off. We're going to be teaching you how to become Antifa, how to survive a hurricane, and many other important life tips, but talked in funny ways. And then, of course, our main story of the night, our main event, the reason why we're all here, is we're doing the first ever #DDP Live open mic night. And I didn't announce it very early because this is the Central Valley, and I was just assumed that once I announced it, there'd be 14 internet televised open mic nights that would have popped on this weekend. So I kind of held off a little bit, and now I can say it's mine. So we're going to do that here next as we do it up here on the #DDP Live. We will be right back. Kyle?
Beautiful.
You're listening to the #DDP Live here on Longbox.fm.
It is the hashtag DDP Live back here in the Longbox.fm studios, brought to you, of course, by Riley's Brewing. And we got for you now a brand new one this week, Anthony. And you put a lot of effort late last night, early this morning to put this whole thing together.
Put in the hours.
Yeah. Hit us with your clam bake.
All right, starting off, I want to do a little bit of feel good. I come along this story this week, about this man named Robert Samuels. He's the founder of this company called Same Old Line Dudes. And now what these guys do is that they stand in line for you so you don't have to, and then you pay them for standing in line. Now, his business all started during I think it was the iPhone 5S. And so he put an ad out on Craigslist saying, hey, for $50, I'll go stand in line for you. And he got hit up like crazy. Like he said he got over about 50 to 60 responses asking to go sit in line for him. Well, what he was doing is that he'd wait in line, get into the front, sell the spot, go to the back, and just start selling. He made about like $500 in one night. And from there on, he started in New York City. He's grown to about 40 people now. And they do about, I guess their rate is about $45 for the first 2 hours. And then we go from, it's $10 for additional half hour. So I think this guy's doing a public service, to be honest.
I don't like this guy.
You don't like this guy?
No, because this goes on a long line of things that I thought of at some point, but never really capitalized on or put anything more than the actual rubbing two brain cells together. This was an idea I thought of for Black Friday when we were doing some gigs with the old show back in the day. I thought it'd be great. Just pay someone to hold your spot for 4 days. Get a homeless. I was thinking employ the homeless by having them camp outside of Best Buy so you can get a TV. But then the other one, I still kick myself to this day, pods for dish or laundry detergent. I was thinking poor college kids who don't want to carry around the box or something because we're just that additionally lazy. Want to make some kind of dissolvable, I don't know, like rice paper thing. You put it all in, you just chuck it in there. It makes sense. And all of a sudden they start putting them out. I'm like, fuck!
Stole your idea.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I get really mad about that one.
Why's there got to be rice paper?
Because rice paper dissolves, dude.
It's weak.
Don't you hit me with the racism yet. I got plenty more to come.
Oh, okay, just checking.
Next one, man.
Everyone's been talking about, the hurricanes lately, and, one of the main predominant people talking about it this past few weeks is Rush Limbaugh. He's actually been a big guy about talking about how this is a huge liberal hoax to try to push climate change.
Whenever a Republican president is in, he kind of, does what you're looking at the picture, just sitting back playing golf because he's got nothing, and then a Democrat comes. It's always a switch. Right now, Rachel Maddow is destroying on ratings because they have a natural enemy. Mm-hmm. So Rush Limbaugh is just kind of sitting back going, I have nothing, so I'm going to pick on climate change.
Yeah, it's not only that. He's saying this is like a big benefit for the retailers. They're saying that by causing this big flurry, that it's causing them to go to the stores, buy supplies, and these retailers are gaining all these profits. Well, here's the thing, though. He has a house in Florida that he recently had to evacuate because of Hurricane Irma. So I think it was a little bit of karma going in right there.
Oh, God. Nothing happened. Dude, this is the CNN thing. I know we were chatting outside. 90% of all homes in Hurricane Irma's path were destroyed or damaged. I'd like to say it was probably like 89% of homes were damaged, and that might be as some shingles took off because it really wasn't as bad as they were all hoping it was going to be. Because that's the truth. All the mainstream media was hoping this was going to be devastation because this would be good news coverage and ratings for at least a month, kind of like Katrina. We wanted black people on roofs. That's what they were thinking in their little conference room. That's what they wanted. So now they're left with standing in like 3 inches deep water going, it's really bad out here, and all these homes are destroyed and damaged. So they did just that. This whole hurricane thing was bullshit.
Well, either
Sorry,
way,
I got on a soapbox. I'm off.
Well, either way, Florida residents lately, there's been a Facebook post going around saying that to shoot the hurricane. There was a Facebook event called Shoot at Hurricane Irma, where over 50,000 people agreed that they were going to attend. Now, many local police officers had to post, PSA saying, "Please don't shoot. Please don't shoot." As you can see, they don't come back. they go around hitting other people.
Were they going to shoot tampons at it and soak it up? Was
Ooh,
that the plan?
I like that, like a T-shirt gun.
Yeah.
Just loaded with tampons.
Kotex is like immediately sponsoring that.
Why didn't they have a thing where everybody come out with your box fans or something and just aim it at the hurricane? You know, outblow
away,
it.
right? Yeah. Well, I think the best part of it was the tagline. It's "Let's show Irma that we shoot first." This is real.
It is real.
It is real.
Yeah,
this
this
is
is
our reality now.
it's Ryan Edwards actually started the Facebook post. He reached out saying he started it as a joke, and he didn't think it'd actually get this big, and people were taking it seriously. So
What you haven't? Go ahead, Tony.
Florida does have a stand your ground law. I assume that hurricanes are included.
Oh God!
Name Irma.
You just Trayvon the hurricane, man.
I didn't do it. The white people did. I didn't show up.
You get a win on that for sure. Yeah, Florida white people shooting guns, open invitation. It's gonna happen. Joseph.
You thought they would have done that in Texas. That's where all the guns are.
But there was no shooting things in Texas. They just learned to swim, I guess.
well.
There's something there.
Yeah, it wasn't Texas, but in Nevada. Turns out, on a drunken dare, a man, for the first time, successfully swam the Hoover Dam, across the Hoover Dam.
Yeah.
On
I
a
heard
drunken
this.
dare. He was fined $330 for crossing because he swam across the Hoover Dam. He was 28 years old. He was out on a bachelor party. And, they were on a tour of the dam, and they said, oh, I could swim this. And, of course, the guy just I'm going to do it, took off his clothes, jumped in the dam. He said that about halfway through, he can feel the water sucking him towards the dam, but he was able to cut through it. So
I heard they had 9 of the 10 turbines shut off.
Yeah, so they only really had one turbine on. This guy is the luckiest guy, but you know what? That's still it's still a record, right?
But you said he was drunk, right?
He was drunk.
He was on a bender. 37
he was on a
hours.
bender. Yep.
See, drunk people get away with this shit. Like, you see a drunk person get into a fiery accident. It kills a family of 19 in one car, and he's walking out there with no scrapes going, dude, I need another beer, man. What's going on? Like, drunk people survive there's like a cockroach factor if you're looking at a chart here. Like, you drink enough, you survive even a Holocaust.
Wow.
Nuclear bomb. Well,
And
travesties.
you wonder why YouTube doesn't like
Yeah.
Insensitive material. My bad.
Insensitive.
Okay.
Hate speech.
I didn't know that Kevin was
If you're
here.
drunk, you can survive the rapture.
You just miss out on the rapture because you were too drunk? Oh, Jesus came, dude. I missed that, dude. That sucks. Hey, nope, it's not time yet. It's time for the
Not just
Antifa
yet.
talk.
Not just yet.
Not yet.
You're just saying how drunk people can get away with anything, but lately it seems like more people can get away with whatever they want as protesters in Portland, Antifa protesters.
Those people, right?
Yes.
Okay.
They came out for a Patriot prayer. That's right. Gathering. So a rally, you could say, where I guess they were saying and doing not so good things. I guess for the first 15 minutes it was all right. There was a little bit of yelling back and forth. You see the videos and stuff. And then you see the piss bottles come out. And then you see the police riot gear on. And then you see people swarming barricades.
Why is that the go-to these days? I mean, throw rocks. Why are we throwing bottles of pee now?
Why aren't we throwing
At least
bottles of
it's
pee more
sterile.
often?
Oh, that okay. I'm behind the game.
Yeah, they should be throwing shit at this point. It's 2017. Like,
Yeah, that's true. Planet of the Apes style.
Yeah.
Just reach back and launch one overhead.
dude, that'd make someone start. If you make a cop start throwing up like immediately as soon as he gets hit with one of those, like he's not going to be beating you or tasing you. He's going to be puking his guts out.
Now, do you want like solid nuggets
No.
that you can be chucking, or would you like the water bag version of crap? Like you went on a bender of Bud Light
Like if I
overnight.
did it, I'd much rather like not get hit at all by any of that.
Yeah.
No, if you're the offensive.
I'm the offensive. Dude, the messier the better, I guess.
I guess it depends on what you're going for. If you're going for a single target, I think a chunkier, that's gonna really, slap him when he hits. But if you get the the watery stuff, you can get more of like an AOE effect. You get like a bunch of them, just their riot mass just corn. You know what I mean?
You just threw video game in there. Oh, I get to finally use I've waited like 8 years to use that. So you just gave me the option. The woman of 3 vaginas, what would you go with when it comes to tossing turds?
Okay, I'm the tosser.
Yes. Yeah.
If I'm going for distance, I want a solid dookie. But if I'm going to take out a crowd, I'll go for diarrhea. You know, because that'll just splatter and take.
So we're going spray. Just
Yeah,
I just
going
want
with
to
Nick.
I just want to hit one target in the face with the splatter, you know.
But I'm going with
and then the
Nick.
psychological damage of the fact that it's everywhere now, like in his eyes, like in his mouth, like he's fucked. He's just puking
Under
Then
his
he-
nails for a few weeks.
Then he's not
I think you said
tasering
that.
you.
Get him puking.
Yeah.
Actually, I think a better thing to throw to people is your Metro PCS phone. Because that's all it's good for, is throwing at people, because it doesn't work when you want to use it, right?
I don't know. I've never had Metro
Okay, I
PCS.
know we lost their sponsorship. I know.
They're one of our
Thanks,
favorites.
man.
No, thanks. I'm not getting cell phone coverage.
I know.
Jeez.
We lost the Obama phone, now Metro PCS.
Oh, man.
Oh, no more
Out of that
Obama
one.
phone?
No, I think they... That's got pulled out. I'm sure that's had to have been pulled out now. Trump came in and looked at anything that said Obama in front of it and pulled
Just
it.
gone.
That's his motive right there.
Yeah, so, you know, if you were in a hospital, what's some uncomfortable things that you can think of that a nurse can do to you? Well,
Kenny's nuts. Sorry, Kenneth. I know you're listening, man. Hope you get better.
well, recently in Denver, 5 nurses actually were suspended for 3 weeks after inappropriately viewing a deceased patient's dick.
Yeah, I heard about this.
Yes.
What?
They were, he was in the hospital. He was incapacitated at first, and the nurses were actually looking under his gown and noticing he was pretty well endowed. Well, one nurse found it, brought her friends in, and actually to the point where he passed away. Well, even after he passed away, they were still looking at his dick. So, I think we're getting a caller.
Yeah, it's the penis calling. What's up? How you doing?
Hey, I heard what you said about my boy Kenny. I don't appreciate you talking about his nuts like that.
Well, his nuts don't appreciate what he did to get there.
I'm just letting you know you're now on my hit list.
Oh,
Yet another one.
Another list.
Oh, one more thing. Can you do me a favor and just put the camera on that lovely lady in the blue there?
Joseph or Cotty? Okay, well,
the tan one, the Mexican one.
there we go. That's cool, dude. All right, thanks for calling. That's also my fiance, but cool, dude. Stare at her boobs. That's awesome. Internet showing up yet again.
Oh man, it's like YouTube comments in real life, right?
Yeah.
Can we charge for that?
Ooh,
Side job.
ooh,
Ooh.
Cotty, drop it down a little bit. Let's get some viewers.
Yeah, let's get some.
God,
Yeah,
no.
let's bump it up.
Well, in doing so, you'd be someone that's, it's time to get paid!
Oh, this week in getting paid. I'm sure everyone heard about it. The Equifax data breach. Oh,
Otherwise known as
Never
the,
heard of
we fucked all of you.
we
data breach.
fucked over. Actually, to put it into numbers, 143 million Americans were affected by this. 44% of the U.S. population.
Well,
And what did it do?
they just gave out all your info, your social security number, anything credit-based, anything about your life that can be used to steal your identity is now out there in the dark webs.
Yeah, but if they take it, and I could just get a new one, right? And
Social
just-
security number?
Yeah, I
Question.
mean, I could just get a new identity.
You don't
No?
know much
Is that
about...
not how it works?
Well, I guess if you go to the dark web, yes, in a sense, you could become me. Might not be an upgrade for you.
Look at all this cool stuff I have.
Now, this one really actually pisses me off because they have no sense of data security whatsoever, and all of our stuff is screwed out there. Now, they've been offering 1 free year if you go to their website, and if you sign up, you can get a security freeze or whatever.
Yeah,
The
credit.
thing is, in the terms of service, by accepting this 1 year free, you also accept that you cannot sue them and that they're not liable for anything anymore. So a lot of people going to them after they released all the info, signing up for something, screwing them out of a lawsuit.
Well, it's actually a little bit easier to sue them. Turns out that there's a bot that basically, if you just enter in a few basic information, does all of the legal paperwork for you to go to the court and sue Equifax. All you need is your name, social security number, a few things like that. Well, you're going to have to, if you're filing a lawsuit, all right, you're going to have your social. But either way, it allows you for, it was originally made for helping with parking tickets. People would just enter in their information and it would basically do all the paperwork for their parking tickets. But the creator thought that after this data breach that people really needed help getting back at the people who, took 6 months to actually tell people that they've been breached. So I think it's a good thing that, it's the private, is helping out their fellow man, getting back at.
It's
Do
not
they
good.
call you and let you know if your information was breached or what? Because no one said anything to me.
The other thing, there's nothing that can be done. Your stuff's out there. There's no salvaging it. You're for the rest of your life. If you're one of the people, you're exposed. I don't know if we're ever going to get a notice saying, "Hey, your shit's out there. Are bad." I would like to say immediately push my credit score up 100 points. Like, you just owe this to me. Because they're in control of everything credit-based. They're one of the 3 that can decide your future.
Yeah.
And there is no responses here. There's no regulations on them. There's nothing that's going to penalize them. Their stock went down. It was about 15 points from this whole thing, but that's nothing. I want to see them just crater. Just blow them out. But, this is the man, and this is just a little stupid podcast, so there's nothing we can do about it. Just scream.
I thought you were getting off your soapbox.
Yeah, the soapbox keeps sliding under me. It's because I'm covered with watery shit around here.
God.
Things just slide around. So
That's what they all say.
Now, Tony, you are abnormally quiet on this, but I know you have views on these things.
My credit sucks, dude, so I'm glad it's out there. A hacker can probably improve my credit.
You use your stuff to steal shit and it goes up?
Yeah. I'm like the only Asian with bad credit. It's crazy.
How do you pull that off?
Drinking.
I mean, doesn't... Oh, we're going to step into Asian privilege here. Doesn't that already give you like a 100-point, like if it was a video game?
No, I fucked up really hard to get to deplete the Asian privilege thing.
Wow, dude, that's a
Tony
bender.
used to have it made, but now he's trying to be a comedian.
And comedians don't have good credit as far as I'm told, so I figured I'd fit in.
So anyone around this table have good credit?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah,
I do.
I've had one credit
Not a
card
comedian.
my whole life.
Oh.
But you're marrying me, so...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There goes my credit.
Yeah.
So she's got a really good sense of humor then.
Actually, the homeless guy with the shopping cart has better credit than me. So.
That's because you pay his credit card bill every month and you give him money.
Let's hit our last story, man.
And, I'm sorry to really bring down the tone with this last story, but it seems like Liam Neeson, actually, sorry, that was a slip of the tongue, just said he's going to stop doing action movies.
Oh, thank God.
How the hell has he become the go-to guy in the last decade? It's Liam Neeson from Nell. He was like one of...
He was Schindler.
He's an actor. How the hell is he? And he started late, so he was like late 50s, and all of a sudden he's the bulking guy. I mean, the only thing he had going for him, Taken, the monologue that he had there that everyone repeats when they want to feel tough at a bar or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one thing he has going for being a serious actor. But seriously, man, I don't get it.
But the thing is he did it right. He was psychologically scary, and he's just tall.
Yeah.
And then if you watch the movie, he's never not in a long sleeve and pants. So he's not even showing you his crippling geriatric body. You know what I mean? But he could still do. He's just a head actor, and he just got stuntmen for all the rest of that shit. And then he had good writers, and good for him. But I mean, thank God he's not.
I actually know the answer to your question.
Okay.
It's because Danny DeVito was not available.
Danny DeVito has made a second career just being a slop,
a
more sloppy penguin.
I never believed in leashes for children until I saw Taken 2. Take my child once, shame on me.
Well, it was what was it in Deadpool? They're just he's or I think it was Deadpool or Family Guy or something like that. He's just Taken 3. When is this bad parenting?
There's got to be a point just you know what? Keep him. I keep losing him. I'm out. you can have them. You know, whatever. Do what you need to do with my daughter.
What?
Too much? Too far?
That was the Family Guy episode.
You better
Keep
hope
her.
you don't have to go with her.
Thanks, Tony. Hey, let's take ourselves a little break. We got to reset this whole studio because we do have an open mic show coming up here next. We've got 4 awesome comics who are going to be doing their 5-minute routine. I don't know. We're going to figure out how this goes. I've only hosted one. I've never actually performed in one. So this is all popping up here next. The hashtag DDP Live. Tell your friends, do all your stuff. Go pee, get your drinks, do whatever. We'll be right back here. You're tuned in to hashtag DDP Live here on Longbox.fm. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the hashtag DDP Live here, live in the Longbox.fm studio, and we're doing our very first ever open mic night. And now we took a break, we changed up the room, we put on some fancy lighting, as you can see if you're watching the feed. If you're just listening, well, you miss out on all this, you just get to hear the jokes. And we got 4 awesome comics tonight. We worked up a lineup outside, the whole name the hat or something. Actually, everybody worked out very well. Everybody just agreed, and everybody went, yep. And that's what we're going to do. So tonight, we're doing this up. 4 Valley comics getting a time on our stage that we built here in our little studio. And we're leading it off, ladies and gentlemen, with the awesome, a veteran of the Festivus and the veteran of just making people feel a little... it is Nicholas Sapaglia hanging out here.
Yeah. Well, you know what they say. First the worst. So let's do it. It's the first time I've been on stage with carpet. It's pretty great. So I brought new jokes because this is open mic. You don't get the gold. But do you think Coca-Cola stopped hanging out with Club Soda when it went cocaine free? Have you seen the price of pistachios lately? They're fucking nuts. I'm terribly afraid of dying alone. That's why I'd like to die in a plane crash. There's still time. My friends go, Nick, why do you talk about suicide so much? And I was like, well, I've been thinking about it since I was 6. I mean, come on, waking up like every morning to your parents screaming and arguing at each other, and you can just hear them screaming, like laying in bed, like, yeah. By the time I was 6 years old, I was like, yeah, it'd be better to be dead. I got it planned out and everything. Like, it's tight. Like, I'm waiting though. Like, I'm gonna wait. I'll be 60, 70 years old. Like, all my friends are dead, and my kids don't talk to me, and it's not gonna be sad. So I'm gonna go to like the Space Needle and go to the very top and like soak up all the sights. When I'm ready, I'm gonna find like a 10-year-old, look him right in the eyes, and go, "This is your fault," and jump off. I wrote this existentialism joke. Wait, or did I? I was going to write this metaphysical joke, but half of you wouldn't believe it. Yes, I went to school to get my philosophy degree. And my dad goes, Nick, what are you going to do with the philosophy degree? And I was like, shit, Dad, I don't know. Probably more drugs. I'll think about it. He goes, no, but really, what's your plan? When are you going to start? And I was like, Dad, I plan to end it eventually. I've been really depressed lately, so I've been going out with my friends getting really fucked up, like blackout drunk. Like every night we go out, like the next morning, one of them will text me like, Nick, you alive? And I just respond, only on the outside. I walked into a bar the other day just to get a beer, and this girl comes up to me and goes, I don't like your mustache. You look like a rapist. Which I thought was fucked up. So I just looked at her and said, yeah, you look like a victim. She goes, that's not funny. I was like, don't worry, I'm not into fat chicks. She goes, I'm not fat, I have a thyroid problem. I was like, yeah, I know. It eats too much. She slapped me in the face and stormed off faster than a herd of turtles. You guys like that, herd of turtles? My grandma taught me that. I love my grandma. She's great. We recently put her in the hospital. Yeah, you guys are real compassionate. Don't worry, she died. But before she died, we got to have a lot of good talks. And one thing she asked me was, like, Nicholas, do you pray? And I was like, nah, Grandma, I haven't prayed in a long time. She's like, when was the last time you prayed? What did you pray for? I was like, well, Grandma, last time I prayed, I had an English test that I wasn't prepared for the next day. So I prayed to God, like, dear God, please postpone my test. Amen. She's like, well, what happened? I was like, he postponed my test. She's like, when was this? I was like, September 10th, 2001. I'll never forget, Grandma. I was holding my new baby niece, and my sister came in and was like freaking out. She was like, Nick, I don't want you to accidentally drop her. And I was like, I'm not going to drop her on accident. The holidays are coming up, and I'm excited because I do all my holiday shopping on Tinder. Girls' self-esteems are 75% off. But I hate holidays, really. But my favorite one's Columbus Day because it's all about the sales. I mean, think about it. It's the only time you can go into a store, see something you like, and fucking take it. And Columbus Day is Canada's Thanksgiving. Which is funny because they're just thankful Columbus didn't knock on their front door. This is a radio show, so I'm assuming some of you guys have been to music festivals. They're fucking fun. I love them. But it, like, never fails. Like, there's always some stupid bitch who thinks it's okay to bring a whistle. You know, and the DJ's about to drop some sweet beat, and she starts blowing it like she's part of the event. And we're like, bitch, we get it. You're getting raped. No one cares. My name is Nicholas Apaglia.
Oh, my God. So that's how we start the bar here, ladies and gentlemen, tonight here on Hashtag DDP Live with our first open mic comic of the night. Now, we're getting ready to set up on stage. I've heard she's animated. I heard she has a million voices, characters, all those things, and it's not just a show. She just might be absolutely batshit crazy. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen, for Dana Turner.
Batshit crazy. That's a lot of pressure. I mean, shit. It's like I gotta be like a little monkey now with a vest on. Ah, wow. I'm so excited to be here. I'm very proud to say that my first live webcam, I have all my clothes on, so my dad can watch. Although, like, you start doing comedy, people are like, oh, I want to come see your show and stuff. You're like, yeah, and you're fucking going through your whole set, and you're like, well, I got an ixnay on the blowjob joke. Should I modify the anal joke? You know, like you really realize like how weird you are when you start, you know, having to go through your set and clean it up, and you realize like out in the dating world how hard it is to date when you're weird, and you think of things like, well, how would I describe myself? Okay, well, I got ADD. How do you know you have ADD? Well, I don't know. I started to read an article about it. I almost finished it, so I pretty much figured out I got ADD. And, well, you know, here's my defining moment. Here's how I knew. I was hooking up with a guy, all right? First time he was coming over. It was going to be fun and everything, and this tells you how long it's been. Gene Wilder had just died. I can save you from Googling that shit. It was a year ago, okay? So... Now, mind you, I'm smoking a J because, you know, Gene Wilder just died. So that is not helping with my attention span. I get it, okay? But I know I've got a problem. So he comes over, we're hanging out, we're having fun, right? And by now we've moved into the bedroom and stuff. Well, when you have a problem paying attention, it's like having 1,000 computer tabs open, right? And you're like, you're running through things and you're planning things and you're grocery shopping and you're doing all this shit, you know, in your head. And so we're doing our thing. I'm still watching the movie over here because this ear can hear the movie going on, you know? So I'm like, well, that's cool because, you know, we got this, right? And so right as I go down on him, it's at the part of the movie where he takes the monster out and, you know, they do their little song and dance. You know that part, like, if you're blue and you do, okay? And right as I'm, you know, the monster goes, ah! And I think to myself, that's exactly what that would sound like if you had a dick in your mouth. And I laughed with his dick in my mouth. And then I thought, oh my God. Okay, right, this is the first time, okay? And I know they took, you know, blowjob etiquette out of the high school curriculum in 74, but I'm pretty sure it's rude. And so I'm like, oh my God, okay, I gotta explain this, but I gotta be quick. I don't want to kill the mood, right? You know, so I pop up and I go, Frankenstein. And I come back down and I finish the job because now I can concentrate, right? So the problem with that is there is now a guy out there that either thinks I was explaining what was happening or that Frankenstein is my safety word. It's not a bad word. You know, if you're muffled, it's got enough syllables, you can, you know, you can figure it out. So it's a good word. So having, you know, like there's that, like, you know, trying to be out there and meet people. And then, you know, and then there's all of this. And like, you know, I get it. I walk into a bar north of Herndon. I'm a 2. I know it. You know, I know that if I got to have any kind of game, I got to go south of Belmont, you know, where I'm just like a solid 8, you know. Up north, the noses turn. It's like, damn, down here, it's damn, you know. I figured out if I go to Trader Joe's, they're just laughing. They're like, you can't bullshit us. We know that ass doesn't come from kale and quinoa. Get the fuck out of here. But I tell you, I go to the Food Max on East Street. All of a sudden, I am the Marilyn Monroe of aisle 7. I'm like, ooh, Tornino's pizza's 99 cents. Done. Good. If I wanted that, I got it. I figured it. I know. I accept it. I accept that this is a balance of really, I do eat healthy. I know it doesn't look like I eat healthy. I know I do. But, you know, it's a balance, though, of enough kale and quinoa and nachos and pizza that I don't kill anybody. I just have to accept that. That's where I am in my life. I get also that I look like a lesbian in training. I have accepted that. You know, doesn't help. You've got, I've had naturally high testosterone. I found that out, along with my like super flexible joints. So I can't go on a hike, but I can dislocate my jaw. That is a pro and a con in the dating world. But along with that condition comes like an abnormally high, 3 times the amount of testosterone for a woman. What does that mean? That means a high sex drive and an excessive amount of chin hair, okay? So now I am handicapped, fat, 45, single, and now by definition, a sideshow freak, right? Okay? I've got that going for me. So I look like a lesbian, and so guys are like coming up to me like, I don't know, it's in training, I don't know. I had my gay best friend, he actually changed his Grindr profile picture to a selfie of the two of us. Yeah, his phone blew up. Apparently, I am tomboyish enough that I make a good transition fuck for these straight guys that are hovering on Grindr ready to strike. Yes, that's a true, yes, that happened. And I'm like, thanks. I think you have to be careful if you're going to hook up with a guy from Grindr, though. He's probably going to be into a lot of anal. You gotta watch that, because if there's a lot of going in the back, it may not come back, And I don't know about you, but I want to make a little noise when I fart. I think that's a little bit more ladylike. I just think just a little cuter, I don't want my farts to sound like my mom when she's disappointed in me again. Just kind of like, you gotta be careful. And I'll leave you on this note. If you are into a lot of anal, ladies, be sure and grow your pubic hair into a mullet, because nothing says to a gentleman like business in the front, but you can party in the back like a mullet of pubes. You're welcome. I'm Dana Turner.
Oh, holy shit, man. Dana's got a disappointed father. That's really what I got out of that. And Grindr. When caught in, it makes me sad. I'm just jumping to Grindr. We're going to keep the ball rolling here. The hashtag DDP Live open mic night, first ever. And now, the very first person, once I put out a cryptic response. It's amazing on Facebook that this would be the person that jumps on the comedy anytime a moment popped up, because he is the king of getting more comments on comedy than the entire Central Valley has ever had laughs. This is Joseph R. Simon.
It seems lately there's been a lot of hurricane stuff in the news, and I hear there's a new hurricane coming, the Hurricane Jose. As soon as President Trump heard about that, he was trying to figure out how to put a wall between Bermuda and the United States. Now check this out. I just did my first show in Hawaii. Right? First, I had to go to Hawaii, right? So I get on the plane. The pilot says, we're offering non-stop service from Los Angeles to Hawaii. Okay, where are they going to stop? Do they have like a secret life raft in the middle of the Pacific Ocean? We have our layover here. My flight actually originated out of Fresno, and I figured a long flight, I want to go first class. They said, you're flying out of Fresno, you go no class. And they promise when you get to Hawaii, they give you a lay. And I'm thinking, okay, it's a long flight, but I could be up for this when I get there, right? So when I get there, this hot lady comes up to me, and she did the most awesome or weird-looking thing. She put this wreath around my neck. I'm like, is this like a Hawaiian form of foreplay? I mean, and she said, that's it, you've been late. I said, no. I think I need to teach you, because I'm from California, and we have something different that we call a lay. So I get to my show, and it was embarrassing because I could not pronounce the name of the town I was in. So to aid myself, I got one of those translation books, Hawaii to 49 states. And make matters worse, my GPS couldn't pronounce the names of any of the streets. They did like shortened versions. I'm like, I can't find Kilauea Wata Street. It just says turn on High Street. Apparently that's where the Met Lab was too. So check this out, man. Today was my lucky day. Yeah, I got a free beer. You guys like free beers? Yeah. My friend goes, hey, Joe, here's a Keystone Light. Apparently you know that beer, huh? I said, don't you have anything stronger than that? He took it back and handed me a Crystal Geyser. The worst part is he was right. The Crystal Geyser was stronger. I had to go through the DUI checkpoint. The cop says, have you been drinking tonight? I said, oh, only about 8 or 9 Keystone Lights. He says, oh, keep on going. He said, have a few more on the way home. I like how Keystone Light comes in a 30-pack, huh? That's because that's how many it takes to do anything, right? But seriously, I did get free beer. My friend says, I'll get you something called Dos Equis. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm a responsible drinker. Better make it 1. Hey, check this out. My Corona comes in a 7-ounce bottle. I'm like, what's the point of this, right? I'm lifting the bottle up. Before I get to my lips, it evaporated. I'm like, I know there's supposed to be a beer in here, but I just can't find it. I like how the alcohol companies are always promoting responsible drinking. Anybody drinking to be responsible? No, they come up with stupid slogans like responsibility matters. No, it doesn't. I mean, if I had a beer company, my slogan would be like, get shit-faced. Hey, check this out. My friend bought Hurricane High Gravity Malt Liquor. I mean, I can't even say that stuff tastes like piss, right? Because I would be offending somebody. They'd be like, hey, wait a minute, I pee, and my piss is better than that stuff. Now, check this out, too. They now have non-alcoholic beer. Who are they making this stuff for, huh? Somebody that wants something that tastes bad and likes to pee a lot? They're acting all wild, man. I'm partying up, dude. I'm on my second O'Doul's. And what I like about O'Doul's is it now comes in a keg. I can just see the guy at the party, man. Oh, I drank the whole damn keg. I didn't even get a buzz. But I'm peeing a lot. I thank everybody for checking in to DDP Live.
What makes me so bummed out on all that is half of his set was actually true to who I am. I pee a lot. I'm really excited for this. It was a last-minute play. We lost one guy tonight, but we got one of my old crew members in here, and he's been running the comedy scene. He's been bouncing out of Fresno, Central Valley. He's been in competition, and he's been killing it enough that he knows he's actually, if he's the worst comic in his next gig, he's going to get paid $500. I wish I could be the worst lay and get $500. Like, he's doing it right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for the great Asian bow-tied Tony Lay.
What's up? How's everyone doing tonight? Good? Everybody give it for Joe Simon. I love that guy. He's a really nice guy. Which makes it really hard for me to say that he looks like Joe Pesci's crackhead cousin. I mean, for real, like, that's what Joe Pesci would look like if he was a tweaker, right? Let's be honest. I fucking love Joe. Both Joes, Simon and Pesci, right? But, like, come on, man. Oh, this is great. This is a nice little spot. I can't say that I've ever performed in a living room before, right?
Thanks, man.
In front of all my friends. And infinite versions of myself. That's awesome, right? This is like a whole existential thing going on right now. I'm like, am I technically in the past? It's great. So, yeah. It's crazy, right? It's fucking with you now, isn't it? Because it's on a delay. Watch. Shit's crazy, right? Right? I can watch myself dance. It's fucking nuts. Love that shit. It's great. It's the dopest gig ever. Ever. It's the DDP Live podcast, so let's talk politics. They like to do that shit around here, right? Can we talk about what I'm now referring to as the Great Tiki Torch Protest of 2017? Right? Let's talk about that for a minute, right? Like, first off, who the fuck brings tiki torches to a protest, man? Like, that's some white people shit, if I ever fucking heard it, right? No offense, guys. Like, let's talk about that planning meeting, right? Like, Hey, Spencer, what's up, Bryce? Hey, you want to go down to that protest? They're going to take down that statue. I don't want to do it. Yeah, you know what? We got to make a symbol. We got to, like, really show them how mad we are. Hey, didn't we have that luau party last week at the fraternity? Holy shit, I know where you're going with this, Bryce. You're a damn genius. How the fuck did that happen? Who brings backyard decorations to a protest? Should I bring my garden gnome next time? Like, what kind of shit is this? Like, the other reason I know this is some white people shit is, like, if you tell anybody else, like, to picture a torch, like, you already imagine, you know what I mean? Like, if I told my mom, hey, Mom, I want to go to a protest, can I get a tiki torch? She'd be like, boy, you better get your ass a stick and a rag. Fuck are you doing? It's messed up, man. I can't believe that shit. Baffles me. So, yeah, racial profiling sucks too, right? I don't know. It's the worst transition ever because it's an open mic and I can do that. So I can do that. Racial profiling sucks. It sucks so bad that usually when I start my sets, I start in an accent because I perform in Clovis. You know, Clovis is like, if California had a Bible Belt, Clovis would be the buckle. You know what I'm saying? Like with its name on it and everything. Clovis, y'all don't come back now, you hear? So sometimes I like have to start in an accent. I tell some racist ass joke because I can't tell it looking like this in this voice. So like it goes like this usually. Different ones are like, so I just moved to your country not so long ago. So I don't understand a lot of things that I see, you know? Some of your custom, they confuse me. I see the old people, they drive, they have a dog on their lap, you know? And I think, that's crazy, that's not safe. Because you're not supposed to eat and drive. Right? I have to tell jokes like that. So I just find out who laughs. I'm like, ha! Bigot. There it is. Perfect. Got you. Let's take advantage of that shit. Racial profiling sucks. You know what's... It doesn't... I mean, I guess it kind of sucks, but it's just kind of weird to me. It's not like... It doesn't suck. It just throws me off, right? It's orientation profiling. Anybody ever been orientation profiled? Let me tell you what that means. Like, I dress pretty well, right? I match. I happen to like Broadway, have good manners. So people have thought I was gay before. That's not fair, right? Like, I shouldn't have to, like, there shouldn't be anything wrong with being a gentleman, right? Like, I can like Broadway musicals. I think that's fair, right? Like, you can like that shit and still like pussy, right? Is that fair? Like, that's my thoughts on that one. That's all I gotta say. There's a whole category of shit that you can like and still like pussy, and I think people need to understand that. Right? Parades. I love a parade. Does that make me gay? No, I love Munchin' Box too. I can watch a fucking Thanksgiving Day parade and Munch Box at the same damn time. Who says we gotta limit shit? It's bullshit. It's wrong, folks. Is that a good bit? I'm gonna have to keep using that one, dude. I'm like, oh, is it Bugs Bunny? Is it? Okay. All right. I'll be back. Can't help myself, but I like Excel. Right. I like Excel sandwiches too. I really do. I know it's a fucked up thing. It's weird, right? I'm a smart guy, but I don't like to make them and I don't buy them from delis. I'm talking about 7-Eleven, liquor store, gas station egg salad sandwiches. You know what I'm talking about? That they come in a triangle. Love those things, dude. I love them. It's a dangerous gamble, right? I'm going to admit I've pissed out of my ass once or twice because of a fucking egg salad sandwich. Not going to lie. Right? Maybe like 1 in 20 times it happens. I still do it, though, because those are good odds. You know what I mean? Those are good odds. Right? But, like, touching a hot stove, those are bad odds, right? If you touch a hot stove, you're going to get burned. No matter how many times you do it, you're going to get fucking burned, right? Like, my 2-year-old knows not to touch a hot stove because he's going to get burned, right? More than once. But me, I love having sex with crazy women. And I'll just keep doing it, thinking I'll never get burned. And that never works out well. I got this crazy girl now. I love her. She's like, I'll leave you guys with this one. I'm a lucky guy. I'm blessed. I basically hit like the girlfriend Powerball jackpot, right? She's cute. She's intelligent. She's a hard worker. She supports my career. She gives me all kinds of blowjobs all the time. It's fucking great. You know what I mean? I know it sounds like I'm bragging because I am. But I started to wonder that some of these blowjobs aren't coming from a good place. Because sometimes, you know, she gets a little extra in there, and like it's so good, like I fall asleep. I'm out for 2 hours, like out, you know. You know what I'm talking about, right, Dowdy? Every now and then. So I don't know. Maybe your girl's doing this to you too. I figured it out. She's using them like a sleeper hold, right? To buy personal time. You know what I mean? She's like, go to sleep. Go to sleep. I got a scrapbook to do. Go to sleep. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Tony Lee. You enjoy the rest of the damn show.
Oh, God, holy shit. That's what you do when you bring in someone who knows you, who can play it. This was our first ever hashtag DDP Live open mic night, and I've already been thinking, like, I got to do more of this and bigger and more. We'll get to that in the break. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back. We got a game to play. It is DJ Voice Off, and we're going to teach you how to be Antifa. We're going to have some fun. We're going to drink some beer. We're going to reset this stage right now. It is hashtag DDP Live. Thanks for hanging out, being with us, and doing all that stuff. Be right back.
You're tuned in to hashtag DDP Live here on Longbox.fm.
Shall we play a game? Challenge accepted.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're doing a hashtag DDP Live here at Longbox.fm studios, and our game tonight, continuing on with the open mic podcast, or the open mic comedy show happening, we're going to have a little bit of fun when it comes to doing a game. Now, we have some things that we're going to teach everyone tonight, because this is all about education. I mean, this whole show has been education. Joe, you're talking about Keystone is weak. Nick, you're talking about rape is cool. There's a lot of learning happening here tonight. Wow. We're going to be talking about Antifa. We're going to be talking about how to be an Antifa.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about how to be safe in a hurricane. We're going to be doing it in a very unique way as we pull voices and names and characters as you have to read what happens. Now, we have two teams going on here tonight. We have Team Bill, hashtag Bill.
Yes.
That is going to be Tony, Anthony, and Nick going up against Team Trace Vaginas. That is Joseph. Dana and Cuddy. Now, we're going to go one-on-one. You're going to read the paragraph. You're reading from the bolden type on the print to the end of that, and then we'll switch over to the next team. And I think we got to be chivalrous here. We got to go Team Vagina first. Trace Vaginas.
Hashtag Joe has a box.
Big one.
Let's go ahead and start this off. Dana, you're going to take lead on this. Your voice. You get to be Black Preacher to start this one off. This is how to be safe during a hurricane.
The greatest threat to personal safety exists during a storm and in the immediate aftermath when high winds can topple trees and produce deadly flying debris. Heavy rain can produce flash floods and storm surges, can present another deadly threat. To stay safe in a home during a hurricane, it is suggested that individuals individuals. You follow these steps. Can you hear me? All right. All right, bring it in now. Let's see, what do I hear now? I need you to stay inside and away from windows, skylights, and the glass doors. Find a safe area in the home. An interior room. A closet. Girl. A closet where you keep your wigs, girl. Oh, in the bathroom on the lower shelf where you keep your douches. Ladies. Ladies. If a flood and threat home happens, turn off. I say turn off your electricity at the main breaker.
Turn it off.
Main breaker. Yes, yes. If a home loses power, sisters, turn off your major appliances. Turn off the wings. Turn off the salad.
Preach it, brother.
Turn off the pumpkin pie. Such as the air conditioner and water heater as to reduce damage. Brothers, can I get an amen?
Amen.
And for you youngins, smoking all that devil grass, do not use your electrical appliances, including your computer. And brothers and sisters, I repeat, do not go outside. In the eye of the storm passes over your area, there will be a short period of calm. But on the other side of the eye, the wind speed rapidly increases to hurricane force. Violent. And will come from the opposite direction. Also, do not go outside and see what the wind feels like. It is too easy to be hit by flying debris. Sisters, brothers, beware of lightning. And I stay away from electrical equipment. I cannot say this enough. Can I say it with me? Do not use a phone. Say it with me. Do not use a phone. And I said don't take a bath during shower time, but girl, we all know that ain't happening right now. All right. Potluck convenes in the choir practice room at 3 p.m. Thank you.
Holy crap. Holy crap. Hand over your papers to whoever's next. No, in your team. Normally, I like to say don't pound on the table because of the vibration, but when you're doing a black preacher,
You gotta pound on the table.
you got,
gotta do it.
Yeah, that's how you feel the soul.
Channeling right through you.
All right, so we're moving on to how to stay safe at a protest. Tony Lee, you get to be Bill, hashtag Team Bill. You get to tell us how to know your rights and your character. It's perfect because it just came out in the movies. You get to be a party clown. Nods, yes, we got this.
Hi, kids. Today on Uncle Skippy's show, we're going to learn how to know your rights during a protest. We ready? Like it or not, sometimes people are arrested at rallies. And that's a shame. Because there's no parties in jail. Well, not the kind you like. So you got to familiarize yourself with the local law enforcement agencies and their jurisdictions. Got to know where you're at. Got to know where you're at. Can't love your cousin unless you're in Georgia. Once you cross over into Kentucky, no more. That's from experience, boys and girls. Be sure to also understand and know your own rights in the country where you're protesting. If you feel your rights are being violated, the American Civil Liberties Union, known as the ACLU, has a guide for what to do next. Carry your medication and ID. It's important. Gotta have that identification. Gotta keep your joints or whatever medication Uncle Skippy likes the cookies. If you take your medication, bring several days worth of supplies with you to the protest, so you won't run out of the event if things go longer than you expect, like a jail cell. Be sure to bring your form of identification as well. Be safe.
Oh man, Dana, you have had a lot of black cock, right? Because you got that point. You got that point hard.
Oh, yeah.
Pounding the table hard. I got to give it to Trace Vaginas.
Well played.
Taking the black point. We're going on. Who's next? Winning team Trace Vaginas. Who's next? Joseph or Cotty?
It looks like
Decide quick.
looks like me. I have to pay.
Joseph, you got it? Oh, right. You are starting off with check out a map. Now, this is, again, how to stay safe at a protest. We're trying to educate on this show. You get to do it as a teenage girl.
Hashtag Joe has a box.
Tell me how to be safe as a teenage girl.
Oh, you wouldn't believe how this is going, man. They gotta check out the map. First, you gotta familiarize yourself with the map of the area. Don't forget to be aware of your surroundings. Oh my gosh. Not just the side of the protest, but the side streets and nearby landmarks. Let all your friends know they should pack a first aid kit first. Now, you need to take a cue from the Boy Scouts. I'm surprised it wasn't the Girl Scouts, because I'm a girl. And always be prepared. I think I figured out because the Girl Scouts are just selling cookies. First, you bring your first aid kit to the rally, so you can patch up minor problems from bee stings to scrapes. And oh my gosh, the best thing is the Red Cross has suggested a list of items on this website.
I don't know how anybody could follow with that.
Hashtag Joe does not have a box.
Well,
That is so true. Girl Scouts only sell cookies.
you know, if Girl Scouts sold Plan B. It's a market. Go door to door. You never know. I mean, sometimes it's a win.
There'd be less Girl Scouts.
Okay, what do we got? Anthony or Nick here?
I'm going.
You're go. Oh,
I'm going.
Rookie is stepping up. You get to set up a meeting spot. Again, how to stay safe at a protest. And you get to do this as monster truck announcer dude.
Oh, you got this. I'm not tripping.
Don't suck, man. You're part of the show, man. Come on.
I know, right? I have to get
pressure.
If you're in the middle of a hurricane, do you think that your phone, that's right, I said your phone would work. Don't assume your phone would work. Set up a meeting spot. That's right, a meeting spot. In case the members of the group get separated. And make a schedule. That's right, a schedule, like being on Sunday. So you can have an idea where everyone's supposed to be at certain times. Like 7:30 on a Sunday.
Sunday.
Now, we all need to make sure we can stay calm. Finally, I said stay calm! And keep an eye on the crowd. If someone starts to panic, Amnesty International recommends calming them down as soon as possible. If you got any spot of a warning sign or feel uncomfortable, you may want to remove yourself from the situation. Protests. That's right, I said protest. It's a hot topic today. We're all talking about it. It's an important part of exercising your right for free speech. And with some proper planning, you can do your part to say safe, 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 as well as the safe for others.
You did it as Alex Jones. InfoWars!
Oh, Infowars.com.
Oh, this is a hard one. Oh, fuck. IP4, what do you say? Do we do Joseph or Anthony? Anthony. Oh, that's all Joseph. IP4's fault.
Hey, I want to say that was great, though.
Thank you.
It's tied up. Bill versus Trace Vaginas. And we are going to how to set up. Now, this is important because this is America. And we need to make sure that we can shut down any fascists in any way we can by shutting down their ability to speak and make sure no one can do anything by hitting them in the face with a bike lock. This is important.
Yeah.
Also, we don't have this in this whole thing, but get them face mask and the headgear and the glasses and stuff because the computer guys can figure out who you are by facial recognition, which iPhone just put out today. Let's do this. How to set up an anti-fascist group. It is going to be Nick leading it off.
Let me see where this one's at.
It's the one that says how to get to set up an anti-fascist group. Get active. It's the page leads off with set up a meeting spot. Yeah, that's good. There you go. Okay, cool, cool. Making it weird. Cool.
That's like 2 paragraphs.
And Nick, I'm like looking. Which one are you? I know where this is going.
It says get active.
You get to do it as Joseph.
Is Joseph?
Joseph R. Simon.
Joseph R. Simon? Oh, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to hear him.
Inner Pesci.
Inner Pesci.
Hashtag Inner Pesci.
Oh, shit. Okay. Okay.
Hey, it's okay.
I mean, I can't think of.
You can't do it. Just
No, I can't. I've never done it before. I'm not Tony.
True story.
If you want to do something about the presence of the far right in your local areas, or do something in your area about fascism generally, the answer is to start getting active. If you don't have loads of people, just a few activists can make a good decision, support each other, and share any work.
Do it as Joe being a teenage chick.
Getting organized. Discussing together what types of groups you want to build. The AFN does not impose any political line or local groups or tell them how to campaign in local areas that have very different political structures. But you may want to consider how public actions... Oh shit, I skipped a line. You may want to consider how public actions or closed... What the fuck does that say? I can't even read, guys. I'm really high right now. How public or closed.
I just pulled that. Sorry, man.
No, it's hard.
This is a layup, though. This is a layup because Scotty's up.
Oh, God.
Yeah, perfect.
Look,
Super good.
she's wearing a wristband because she hurt her wrist getting out of bed.
You got a better story than
Nice cover up.
You were buying 2 hours.
You get to talk about how to set up. Whoop, nope. Get active. Moving on. You get to talk about the basics.
Yes.
And you are a basic woman. Let's. I'm already screwed. Let's go all in tonight. Let's do this. You get to be. Wouldn't you know? You've been watching Narcos, right?
Oh, God, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
Well, she cheated on me and she watched the entire season 3. I went to work one day and I came home and she was like, "You left me unattended."
No.
You get to be Chola. Give it a go. Ready, set, go. Show some enthusiasm.
Okay. So what are we talking about?
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
How to set up an anti-fascist group?
All right, so the point goes to Nick. As little effort as he put in, sometimes you can
Team
take
Bill.
a win
Team
by
Bill.
defeat.
C's get degrees, baby. C's get degrees.
God damn. Thanks, Cuddy. Right up on top of it. Point to
Like,
Team
I never
Bill.
fully learned how to read. Like, I'm sorry.
I know. I got confused.
Got to the W though.
I got confused by the letters.
Yeah, I know it's English.
There's a lot of them. There's
Papers,
26 of them.
All right, let's
Every book only
we're gonna skip ahead because we
26 letters. How mind blowing is that?
What's next?
let's talk about first moves and who from Team Bill is taking the lead. Tony. Now, Tony, understand if you take this, it's a win for Team Bill.
I take this. It's a win. Wow.
Yes, if you get the point, it's a win. You get to talk about first moves on how to become an Antifa.
And how shall I do it?
You're going to do it as a meth addict. Focus. Bring it in, the chi. Or the meth. There it is.
So can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. I don't want to talk too loud. Okay. So I want to talk to you today about do you have any money? I mean, can I get a couple? Anyway, so what I want to talk about. So it's important to mark your presence in the area. Like, people have to know you're there, but like not too many people can know you're there. Because if people start knowing you're there, they're gonna start looking for you, and if they start looking for you, they're gonna start asking for things. And I'm sorry. Okay. Did I ask you if you had any money? Anyway, promoting anti-fascist ideas it's very important because it counters the far right in a public space, and shows people with ideas similar to yours that they're not alone. Because nobody wants to be alone. I'm never alone. I don't think I'm ever alone. Even when I'm alone, there's someone around. I think I'm not alone. I don't know. I gotta go clean my bathroom. Anyway, okay, so one of the easiest ways of doing this is by using stickers. I love stickers. I got a lot of stickers. There's some butterfly ones, and I got this one for my niece. Cause I don't know. I think they're like dogs or something, but their tails seem like really short, and they're kind of curly like pigs. But I don't. Okay. What were we talking about? Did you ask me a question? Okay. So anyway. Like, if you lack ideas for your own designs, or if you don't have graphic skills, like if you can't draw or anything because you don't smoke weed or anything like that, like all my friends that can draw like smoke a lot of weed. I don't understand it. Anyway, the internet is full of ready to use like examples. Like, just write to us and we can like, no, don't write to me. Don't write to me. I don't want people finding me. But anyway, write to them, and then they can help you to like organize like printing or whatever. Just don't talk to the drug dealers, because I mean, unless you know them. I mean, is their stuff good? But anyway, okay, so anyway, so other cheap and good ways of spreading, because you want to save money. You don't anyway of spreading the message or fly posting. I don't even know what the fuck that is, but it's not. Can I get high? But anyway, spray painting and stencils. I'm gonna go now.
All right. Here it is to block the point. Team Trace Vaginas. Who's stepping up? Dana, Joseph, make a pick. This is for the game.
They're gonna give it to the black preacher.
Dana's going.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, Dana,
What am
you
I
get to go
reading?
with how to do to learn to become Antifa, and you're doing self-defense and physical fitness, and your character
Just this. All right.
is on-site weather person for a news network.
Oh yes, that'd be great.
Now. Okay. Fascists, bullies by their very nature and being active against them means you should have certain knowledge of self-defense. Terry, many AFN groups undertake self-defense training. You can see it everywhere. The signs for martial art classes are blowing everywhere. No, I'm sorry. Sign up for martial art classes. They are very least. You should try to work on your physical fitness. I'm trying very hard to stand against this bull, Terry. Thanks. We're running around. We're training with a punch, and a brewery just blew up. I can smell it now. With a punch bag. Training together improves dynamite as well as helps personal confidence. In difficult situations, Terry, back to you.
This wasn't fair. I'm sorry, Tony. That was a setup, man. Dana takes that one. It's clear.
It's all good.
But she had it was, it took a village.
We helped her with that. We helped her win.
We should get at least half a point.
Yeah.
Half a point.
Participation. Participation point.
You know what? I'll take that. In that.
The spirit of this show, we helped out.
Yes. You know what? All around. Let's give it up.
Oh, your community mandated court paper. You lost this. You might want to take that.
Oh
That
yeah,
might be
yeah.
important.
Don't put that out there, Connie. Come on now. I'm gonna call it a tie.
Yeah.
It was a good time tonight.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. Participation trophies for all.
Let us take.
We're all special.
Let us take that quick break. We're going to come back. We're going to wrap up the show. The ways to find every single person who's been around the room here tonight. All the plugs, all the loves, plus the Dowdies. The show, the award that I invented for myself. Because no one is ever going to give me love. So F it, man. I'm going to give out my own award to everyone else. It's coming up here next. Hashtag DDP Live here in the Longbox.fm studios. You're listening to the hashtag DDP Live here on Longbox.fm. Here it is to recap the end of the show. Hashtag DDP Live here in the Longbox.fm studios. Thank you for hanging out for as long as you have for this, because we got to wrap this whole thing up. By the way, I had a commenter on the Facebooks, the YouTubes, whatever, Jamie Rowe, who had a lot of things to say, a lot of Antiva, and there was a lot of words, and I just have no interest in reading it, so...
He's making fun of the fact I can't read, right?
Yeah. And fuck Trump?
Yeah.
I don't know if that went... okay. I'll play with what I got. The Dowdies, as I said, the award that we give for tonight, because all these people showed up here. Joseph, Dana, Tony, and Nick are all here for this alone. I know Tony's trying to work on making money in comedy, but this is really, really what you want, is for me to say you're the MVP of the night. Right?
Don't give it to him.
So we'll go forward with this. There is... For the hashtags tonight, I have the F YouTube, the hashtag Bill, hashtag Joe has a box, hashtag inner pencil. I got hashtag South of Belmont, followed by hashtag Solid 8. Dana, you got that. Hashtag Herd of Turtles.
my favorite.
Hashtag
Yeah,
Shitface from
with the
Joseph. Hashtag 7-Eleven egg salad from Tony, but I got to give that to Nick. Herd of Turtles.
Yeah.
What's awesome is they're also performing as strummers this Saturday. You can go check them out.
We are?
Are they going to be there
Oh, really?
on time?
That's a real thing? Oh, damn.
Sure.
Like a band named themselves that?
God.
They must be like a slow rock band, right?
Indeed.
Smooth jazz. A lot of Kenny G covers.
Kenny G, tight. I love that guy.
Best,
More
worst
than his
jokes.
music.
Sleeper hold. What I liked about this, too, is I came out during the break. We were fixing the cameras and resetting the studio, and Gotti was talking about, yeah, I do the same thing! And right there was best joke. Yeah, that's
biased.
She sleeps me out, so I'll take that. Honorable mention, again, Anthony wrote this down. Dana Turner, you came in with... multiple personalities. You threw down. And I'm a Hitler when it comes to sound on this table, but you were punching that table, and I gave it to you. You had allowance for the spring, but you did it in the Black Preacher, and I did that to you. So you have that.
Beautiful. You fucked up by giving her that one. You knew it was coming. Like,
Yeah.
Come
My
on.
bad.
Put that character with the most.
it was either that or she was gonna yell hallelujah at the top of her lungs. It was one or the other.
MVP, I got to ask because you wrote it down, Anthony. Joseph, MVP for why?
Because I think you tried the hardest. I think
Yeah.
He's a tryhard.
I'm on board. Joe tried the hard half.
You gave him a participation thing?
No. He gave him an effort.
Yeah.
This is not about participation.
Hey,
That
if
was
we
about-
nuke North Korea, I better get a participation ticket, right? You know what I mean? Like,
that was about commitment.
No, he committed through the whole thing. You can't. Yeah.
I was here the whole time too.
All right, Joseph, you got it. MVP of the night. Let's talk about. Thank you, everyone, for being here for the first annual. Gotta hate that.
Redundant.
The first ever open mic podcast.
That
done
time
live.
we did that podcast with the open mic.
Isn't this better than Denny's?
I don't know. I didn't go to the
Well,
Denny's.
Denny's has country fried steaks.
And they have
so-
endless pancakes, don't they?
I didn't go to that. Like,
They have
No,
all
we
you
have-
can
No.
eat
Tony,
pancakes.
what?
Tony's doing
Milkshakes
competitions.
in the
He's got self-respect.
Huh?
He's not going to that.
No, I didn't. But I know a podcast
I know
with the
what
Denny's.
happened. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Oh, that
But
Mean
you know-
Boys
you know
podcast?
what?
Oh, yeah. I
Denny's
love them,
doesn't
though.
have
Mean Boys
Riley's.
are hilarious.
That's
Denny's-
important.
I didn't listen to that.
That's
though.
true.
Denny's doesn't have food with real
Alzheimer's
food.
word.
It's all microwaved.
Let's go through the rounds here. Dana, how can we find you?
Oh, on Facebook, Dana Turner. Yeah, it doesn't get any fancier than that, unless you want some birthing classes.
Well, Cody and I are getting
Help
married.
Talk the baby
No.
out of a vagina. Like a
This-
whisperer and
this
loving
works.
Through labor.
Talk or scare.
I just do the Black Preacher
Yeah, you
voice.
just preach him up.
Dana, Cody and I are getting married next July.
Okay.
And we've talked.
Congratulations.
She wants babies. So I'm older.
Get
Chris,
that
you
she
don't have
wants
to.
babies.
I'll give you a discount. You don't have to do the I'm older. It's Social Security, baby.
No. Okay, I have a kid from accident. Now I'm
Nonetheless.
Does he listen to this podcast? I hope he does.
No.
Fuck, I hope he listens to this. You're going to tragically die one day, and he's going to go back and listen to all of these podcasts and remember his dad. And he's going to be like, I love my dad. Fuck you, Dad. Like,
Then he'll be the next Nick Sapaglia talking about suicide from that point on.
Oh, yeah.
Nick, how do we get a hold of you?
I have a Twitter and an Instagram. It's all under Nick Fitzwell. And it's Fitzwell with a Z, I guess. I don't
That-
really use Facebook, so don't use that.
That's
over there.
that's very modern, by the way, because when I did the whole how to become Antifa, they misspelled every word by leaving out the Z. It was
Stupid.
really weird. It was really, really weird.
I'm not even clear what Antifa is, to be real.
Anti-fascist.
Anti-fascist? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm down with that.
I always thought it was anti-FIFA.
I'm down with that, too. Soccer's stupid.
She's so pretty.
Joseph, how do we find you?
I'm on Facebook and Twitter at Joseph R. Simon. The R stands for my middle name, Robert. And I need some Twitter followers because I'm tired of following myself.
Yeah. My Twitter's like Anne Frank's diary. No one's reading it now,
Right.
but when I die, someone will read it. You know?
Another thing is, I have one famous follower, which is Howie Mandel.
Oh, he's cool.
Was he just,
He's cool.
Oh, he's cool.
at the very end,
one.
Connie drops in with
We got
something.
one.
Holy shit.
She's so pretty.
That was good.
Last one tonight. Tony, you are a remnant of the old show, the old days. We watched the Cubs win.
Yes, during the final series,
Never
right?
again.
Isn't that a thing? Like, I can now talk about Tony and I watched the Cubs win.
So technically, you can become like a Cubs fan and be like, I remember watching the Cubs win the Super Bowl like 30 years ago.
Now, Tony, how do we hit you up? And please talk about what's coming up for you in comedy. Your finances depend on it.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Tony Lay Comedy. That's Tony Lee with one E. Next week, I'm going to the semifinal round of the San Francisco Comedy Competition.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
you are.
proud. It's pretty awesome. It's the 42nd year of the contest.
Hell yeah!
It's been going on a while. Like Sinbad beat Ellen in it. Robin Williams has won it. Dana Carvey's won it. Some G's have won it. Kabir Singh, Miles Weber. These are people I respect and like really look up to. So they've won it in the past, and just to even be selected was cool. But the fact that I made it past, made it into semifinals is really exciting. So I'll go kick some ass and show these people some sleeper hold blowjob jokes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks all you guys for being a part of the very first open mic podcast. I hope that we can do this in the future. We'll rework it and have a little more fun. Get into the comics. Well, I'm sorry, Anthony. Fuck your clam bake,
Cut
man.
it.
I mean, we're gonna have some fun.
We need more of this.
Yeah, we're gonna
see
do
any
that.
clams here,
Yeah.
so I mean,
Was there food? I brought Mickey D's because I didn't know. So
Oh yeah, there's food. It's gonna be right around the back. Let's go ahead and finish this whole thing off. Well,
right
yeah.
around the corner at your house.
Next week we got local filmmaker Justin. I don't know his last name, but he's banging.
That's a beautiful plug.
No,
I
but
love that
he's
plug.
banging old co-host Jason Slott's ex-girlfriend, and he made a movie about Legos, and he debuted it.
That's how you.
Yeah, that's how I do
promote
my.
him?
That's the end of the show. No one's listening at this point.
Man, it's like
He's
all the
coming in to
viewers
talk
are like-
about local movie making. We're gonna have some fun
Waiting
with
till the
that.
end.
Look, it's a house of Legos. You've seen this living room. You know we're gonna have a Lego night next week. So something interesting as we do it. Hashtag DDP Live. Thank you everyone for being around. And this is Dowdy saying for everyone, word.
Word.
You've been watching Hashtag DDP Live on Longbox.fm. The opinions expressed on Hashtag DDP Live aren't necessarily those of staff, management, or sponsors of Longbox.fm. If you have been offended in any way during this presentation, you should have turned it off long ago. Hashtag DDP Live is a presentation of Longbox.fm.